You have all lost. It's over. Give it up and get a life. And stop being a bunch of gout drones.
Your hate has made you powerful. Release your anger. And let's do this. So there's this guy, this complete dork nozzle, who goes by the name WolfOfGrace. And he's been kind of dogging my channel a little bit. I post a video, he'll post some contrarian nonsense about how I'm wrong and I'm completely ignorant and blah, 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 And I didn't think much of it, because, let's face it, I get comments like this all the time. I mean, his were a bit more vitriolic than other people's, but even so, he just seemed to be the typical, religious person who just disagreed. A bit more angrily than usual, but still. And then I saw his channel, happened across one of his videos, and wow, this guy's got anger issues like you wouldn't believe.
Okay, I'm just going to explain to you how atheists are just illogical and irrational in the way they're thinking. And this is going to prove it once and for all. I've gotten these same arguments. And I'm going to read you this. Here you go, Mr. Derpa Derp 1, the troll. The atheist claim that God doesn't exist is irrational and illogical. This is why. If you say there isn't any evidence for God, then you are claiming omniscience.
No. That's bullshit. You see, if we say there's no evidence for God, that means we have inadequate information to assert that there is a God. It means that God's existence is not evident to us because we have nothing to indicate that that God actually exists. You see, that's what not having evidence means. It's not saying there is no God. It's saying we have no proof of one. We have no evidence for one. We're not claiming omniscience. That's chowder-headed.
If you're not claiming to know everything about the universe, then you're operating on faith. Much more faith than it takes to believe in God. Because it doesn't take absolute knowledge to believe in God. It does take absolute knowledge to say He doesn't exist.
Ah, but you see, there's the problem. You think that atheism is saying something it's not. While there are some atheists who do flat out state that there is no God, what atheism really says at its core is we are not theists. We don't believe in a God. We're not asserting there isn't one. We're saying we have no reason to think that there is one. And until you can show evidence that there is a God, the same kind of evidence that we have for oceans, clouds, and Ernest Borgnine, we're probably not going to believe. You're going to have to prove that God exists so that we're not using faith. That's what it comes down to. So you would be right if we were saying what you think we're saying, but we're not.
You all lose.
Oh, you're adorable.
That is the biggest bunch of garbage I have ever heard about him being a negative. God's a negative. You can't disprove a negative. No, you can't prove your own argument is what the problem is, so you just come up with that stupid, idiotic argument.
And this is why I mostly didn't respond to him when he was posting comments on my videos, because, well, this is the kind of thing he would post. Stupid, idiotic argument, blah, blah, blah. It was just vitriol, not actual, debate. And I'm mostly only showing it to you now because, well, it's funny, actually, in a weird sort of way. I mean, come on, the guy's pretty riled about this stuff, ain't he? Just saying.
And I just proved that wrong. Because you're not omniscient, none of you are all-knowing, so none of you can make the claim that He doesn't exist, nor can you make any assertion that there is no evidence. So get it through your stupid, idiotic, thick skulls. You have all lost.
Usually when people have to yell and scream this much and have to tell everyone else that they've lost and I've won, it usually means they're the one who's lost, and they're frustrated and yelling and screaming is all they've got left. You think? Just saying.
And as soon as I get all of this information to every politician that I could possibly send it to, you're all going to be ruined in this country. None of you will ever get a vote in politics from any of us. You have all lost.
First of all, who is this us that we will never get a vote from? Are you saying atheist politicians will never get a vote from Christians, or like atheist causes will never get a vote from Christian politicians, or what the fuck are you talking about? I don't understand. And you're what, going to send a whole bunch of anti-atheist, pro-creationist information to politicians? Go ahead. Who are you? You're a voice in the wilderness. They're not going to listen to you, and you're probably not going to say anything they haven't heard a bajillion times before. So, at this point, well, all I can do is point and laugh, because you're being silly.
This is where the war is going to be finished.
Wait. It's a war now? Good thing I'm prepared.
Your bunch of butt-hurt attitudes about what the Bible says against your fleshly desires.
We're the ones who are butthurt? Have you listened to yourself, pal? And what the Bible says about our fleshly desires? Who cares? Why should I believe the Bible? If I'm butthurt about anything, and I'm not, but if I were, it'd be about the fact that you people put so much stock in this book for no good reason whatsoever.
If you can't control yourself in the flesh, then you're a danger to yourself and others.
Well, that's probably true, but what you consider controlling yourself, I consider being a hopeless prude.
That means you have a lack of self-control. And you are more willing to give in to that desire than to give in to self-control. That's what that is saying about you.
But what is self-control? Again, I say we have different ideas of what that means. Because for me, self-control means that I'm not going around having sex with everybody I see, whether they want to or not. I'm not a rapist. I have that kind of self-control. To you, self-control seems to be some sort of pointless martyrdom game played with your sexuality, where it's like, oh no, I'm going to deny myself consensual, wholesome sex just because it doesn't happen to conform to a certain religious form I'm expected to follow. That's just chowder-headed, dude. If no one's hurt, then you haven't lost control. It's that simple.
You have all lost this entire argument. There is nothing convincing any atheist can say. You're so dishonest, none of us can actually take what you say seriously.
I notice you don't say why you can't take us seriously, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's because we're not agreeing with you that there is a God and the Bible is His Word. And that's the reason you can't take us seriously, is because we're not agreeing with you. It's all I got, dude. That's all you've provided.
You have all lost. It's over. Give it up and get a life.
Really?
You're not free thinkers. How are you free thinkers when skepticism controls all of your decisions?
Do I even have to explain this one? Do I have to explain how the opposite of skepticism is gullibility? That it's skepticism that makes us free thinkers?
You're like a slave asking your master for permission to take a dump. Bunch of ignorant, foolish people.
The irony, it burns. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of stuff that I put up with every day for your benefit. And let's face it, it was fun to show just how compassionate and understanding and loving these Christians can be, huh? Until next time, fellow space travelers, this is BionicDance saying don't run on automatic. Instead, please, think. Please take the time to rate this video. And hey, if you dig what I do, subscribe. And please visit my Zazzle store, where you'll find all kinds of BionicDance merchandise. Vote me down, and I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.